The wagons are old and some are falling apart, and this is perhaps indicative or representative of the entire rail infrastructure in Kenya. The Kenya-Uganda Railway has been here for 111 years. Since it was completed in 1901, not a single kilometer has been added onto this. What you see here is exactly the same way it was in 1901. In the last 6 years, the concession was given to Rift Valley Railways to turn it around, but a shareholder wrangle and lots of other financing issues have made sure that that has not happened. I'm here to speak to CEO Brown Ondego to find out what exactly is being done about the railway and how to move it forward. All right, many thanks for speaking with us, Mr. Ondego. Since the last round of funding, what has RVR been doing?
The rail network system had suffered from years of neglect in terms of investments, in both in rolling stock, in upgrades, and in everything that relates to the rail network. So we've got our first disbursement of the debt that we raised on 29th of December, and we immediately embarked on ordering spares. So as we speak, we are now loading the rails that we require to fix between Nairobi and Mombasa. That's a ticket of about 20 million US dollars. We expect that the rails will arrive on the first week of June, and we hope that we will have some VIPs to receive those rails in the port of Mombasa. The other thing that we have done, we have now signed a contract, and the contractor is on site to do the 9 culverts between Busembatia and Jinja.
How much debt did you raise then, and what was that intended for?
The debt is 164 million US dollars in total. The shareholders are contributing 82 million US dollars in equity, and internally we're generating about 41 million US dollars. So that's about a ticket of about 287 million US dollars. So in 5 years, we should be investing anywhere between 287 and 300 million dollars in capital expenditure.
So at this stage, do you have sufficient money, or do you need to raise more money?
We have sufficient money for what we need to do to bring back the entire network to the original design speed and improve it in terms of the upgrades that we are doing. So if you look at that, we are doing somewhere around 1.2 million tons today. In 2 years' time, we should be doing 2 million tons. And in 3 to 4 years, we should go back to 4.5 million tons of cargo that we haul from the port of Mombasa or through the port, the throughput that we'll be handling through the port of Mombasa.
Since Rift Valley Railways took over the concession 6 years ago, not much has happened. It could be wasted time. Is it time Kenyans and Ugandans just gave up on the railway completely?
There was a false start in the beginning, and the local shareholders, the current shareholders, really came on board between August 2008, 2009. Then there was a period that took about 1 year to negotiate with the governments to get the concession out of default. And then there was another 2 years period to discuss and raise the money that was required. The original amount for investment, both in Kenya and Uganda, was only 25 million US dollars in Kenya, 5 million US dollars in Uganda. If you look at it, that was 30 million US dollars. 30 million US dollars was not going to get you anywhere.
Part of the problem is that this railway line is over 100 years old, and since then not a single kilometer has been added, and in the 6 years that RVR has been in charge of it, not much work has been done.
We've done quite a lot. If raising 300 million US dollars, I am suggesting to you, is not a simple matter. Assessing what needs to be done, if you look at it, that this network has suffered 30 years probably or more of lack of investment, lack of upgrade, lack of care, and you're looking at this only in 6 years. We've been able in 1 year to say this is what is required to really turn it around and give the service that was required. Then I'm suggesting to you we have done a lot. The biggest challenge in the railway line is a permanent way, as I said. The permanent way first, and that we are fixing from June, and the culverts. The second one is the rolling stock. And the third one is the signaling system. You need to control the trains, how they pass and how they operate, and the bridges. And also, I must say, we need to bring our people in so that they understand that as we modernize and we automate, we will need to change our culture as well.
What are the timelines for these new plans?
You will start seeing a very significant change in the next 12 months, and within 24 months, you will not be able to recognize this network again.
Are you saying that in these 24 months, Kenyans and Ugandans can start using the railway a lot more, and that might even reduce the strain we currently have on the roads?
The shareholders, the board of directors, the management, the employees, all the workers of the RVR, we are committed. And we want to make a contribution. We want to leave this place a better place than we found it. Yes, I'm suggesting to you in 24 months' time, we will have a complete different network, an efficient railway service, a reliable one, and a safe one to use.
We still have 19 years left on the concession with Rift Valley Railways. What is the future? What else is left to do with this railway?
In the next 10 years, we should have moved to more than 8 million tons. And as I said, by being creative, innovative in how we operate the trains, how we move the train, the size of the trains, the power that we will put in, and the automation. I think within another 9 years after that, it's a question of just straight upgrading and really changing this line into something else.
Will we ever get to a place where rail is a real alternative to the road right now, where ordinary people can choose to use the railway instead of the road?
Rail will be an alternative to transport in another 2 to 3 years.